Welcome to America's Top 25 Destinations, the ultimate travel guide to the most beloved and iconic places across the United States. From jaw-dropping natural wonders to vibrant cities brimming with culture, history, entertainment, and cuisine, these quintessential destinations promise unforgettable American vacation experiences. Over the course of this video, we'll highlight America's greatest travel hotspots from coast to coast. Thank you for watching, and without further ado, here is the best 25 places to visit in America. Number 25. Los Angeles. Welcome to Los Angeles, the legendary city of angels, where palm tree-lined streets full of flashy cars lead to world-famous Hollywood and miles of glorious golden beaches. Spend sunny days hunting for celebrities on Hollywood Boulevard's iconic Walk of Fame before touring the legendary theater, where stars attend flashy premieres, or spotting the Hollywood sign from hiking trails with sweeping city views. Then, cruise by sprawling Beverly Hills mansions, or relax like a movie star poolside at the famed Chateau Marmont Hotel on the Sunset Strip. Head west to the beautiful Santa Monica Pier, where carnival rides and street performers create a nostalgic seaside walk to nearby Venice Beach. There, soak up vibrant street art and eclectic shops of Abbot Kinney Boulevard before strolling the eccentric Venice boardwalk with bodybuilders at Muscle Beach and eclectic merchants lining the oceanfront promenade. At night, enjoy farm-to-table cuisine made with fresh California produce before dance parties heat up at rooftop bars overlooking downtown's glittering skyscrapers and the Getty Museum. With endless sunshine, world-class culture, and attractions for every traveler, no wonder dreams come true every day in the magnificent city of angels. Number 24. Utah's national parks. From soaring red rock pinnacles to endless canyons glowing fiery orange under sunset skies, Utah's mighty 5 national parks boast some of the most visually stunning landscapes across America's West. Marvel at the sheer enormity and grandeur of Zion's towering stone cliffs carved out over millennia by the Virgin River's raging waters. Peer down through the psychedelic sandstone layers of Bryce Canyon's pastel hoodoos, whimsically shaped natural amphitheaters filled with rock spires jutting stories high. Or explore the lonely vastness of Canyonlands Island in the Sky Mesa, hovering over the wild Colorado and Green River Canyons carved far below. Of course, one cannot miss the iconic symbol of the West, Delicate Arch, and the alien landscape of Arches National Park's smooth crimson fins that almost appear to glow at sunset. Then, drive through the wonder of Capitol Reef's 100-mile-long water pocket fold, exposing wildly swirling painted rock layers warped millions of years ago. Offering unlimited outdoor adventure against the backdrop of geology's greatest canvases, Utah's national parks tempt outdoorsy wanderers, awestruck families, and intrepid road trippers' imaginations with limitless inspiration around every hairpin bend. As the mighty Colorado River continues slowly carving through millennia-old sandstone, these stirring Southwest landscapes remain America's most sensational natural sandbox, inviting all to come play beneath nature's monumental works of art. Number 23. Charleston. Step back in time, wandering the genteel antebellum port city of Charleston, South Carolina, where clip-clopping horse-drawn carriages roll past pastel-hued Civil War-era mansions, adorned with sweeping piazzas and intricate ironwork. Cobblestone streets lined with fragrant magnolias and weeping willows beckon visitors into refined 18th century homes and lush private gardens before leading down to Charleston's bustling historic waterfront. There, Fort Sumter still stands guard over Charleston's harbor, offering daily ferries to the fateful Civil War landmark where the first shots of the Confederacy rang out. Nearby, the Old Slave Mart Museum and various plantation tours offer thoughtful glimpses into the region's complicated history. At dinner time, indulge in classic low-country fare like creamy she-crab soup and buttery shrimp over stone-ground grits, as live jazz music drifts through the doors of Charleston's storied southern restaurants and alehouses. With enormous oak branches draped in wispy Spanish moss, setting a mysterious, romantic mood over this charming city by the sea, Charleston casts a spell over visitors with its genteel antebellum aura. Number 22. Glacier National Park. Of all the gems in America's national park system, Glacier National Park uniquely captivates with its craggy snow-capped peaks, icy turquoise lakes, and rare alpine ecosystems nearly unchanged over centuries. Carved out by prehistoric glaciers, Glacier preserves over 700 miles of pristine wilderness trails through flower-filled meadows, flush with tall stalks of bear grass, backed by majestic ridges towering high over glass-like lakes, reflecting the park's rugged beauty. One of Glacier's most thrilling attractions, the 53-mile Going to the Sun Road, carved precariously through the mountains, offers heart-stopping views as it twists between towering garden wall peaks and yawning chasms prime for glimpsing soaring vistas, or perhaps spotting a nimble mountain goat grazing on a sheer cliffside. Hikers delight in the challenging yet gratifying high mountain solitude, along remote trails leading to hidden gems like Avalanche Lake, where thunderous waterfalls spill over enormous boulders into striking emerald waters that entice the brave to briefly endure the chilling temperatures for an exhilarating alpine swim. As the seasons shift, experience Glacier's peaks shifting from lush green hues to dazzling displays of glowing golden larch needles and crimson alpine ground covers before the frost returns, blanketing jagged ridges in glistening ermine snow. An American treasure, Glacier National Park's timeless beauty and serenity leaves all fortunate enough to visit changed forever after. Number 21. San Diego, blessed with idyllic weather and sun-kissed Pacific beaches, lively downtown San Diego lures visitors to marvel at one of the world's greatest zoos, explore vibrant ethnic neighborhoods, or simply relax alongside golden sands and gentle surf. Start at Balboa Park's landmark, 1915 Spanish colonial revival architecture, before admiring giant pandas at the San Diego Zoo's lush jungle habitats. Then discover maritime history along the Embarcadero sailing ships and interactive museums on San Diego Bay before venturing into the historic Gaslamp Quarter, where Victorian buildings now house swinging jazz clubs and authentic Mexican cantinas sizzle up fish tacos. Nearby, Harbor Island and Coronado's iconic red-roofed Hotel del Coronado offer postcard coastal scenery with gentle breezes perfect for a leisurely bike ride along the Silver Strand. At nightfall, cross back over the bay to Little Italy's bustling trattorias before trying inventive local craft brews and dancing as DJ beats pulse through rooftop lounges downtown. With near-perfect weather year-round, San Diego spoils visitors seeking carefree vibes, whether you chill beachside with Cali fish tacos or immerse yourself in electric urban energy dancing the night away. Number 20. Portland. Portland's famously quirky and progressive culture thrives in Oregon's largest city, tempting visitors with its many artisan coffee houses, imaginative food cart pods gathering global flavors, indie boutiques, and more craft breweries per capita than anywhere in America, maybe even the world. Get your bearings strolling through lovingly curated shelves in the perfectly iconic Powell's City of Books before replenishing on cherished local snacks from food carts like buttery lobster rolls or towering Montedorean Korean ubi pancakes dripping in sweet purple glaze, part of Portland's pioneering movement fusing global gourmet influences into on-the-go bites. Next, tap your foot to live music spilling from Alberta Arts District's creative venues or Mississippi Avenue's gritty blues folk bars before capping off the night-sipping handcrafted cocktails at downtown's many cozy speakeasies. Just beyond Portland's quirky urban core, the picturesque bounty of the Pacific Northwest tempts just an hour or two drive away. Roam mossy forest trails, under towering Douglas firs in 5,000-acre Forest Park, or surf the wild Oregon coast before catching dazzling sunsets illuminating iconic snow-capped Mount Hood. The dormant but imposing volcano is visible on clear days from many of Portland's vibrant neighborhoods, reminding locals and visitors alike of nature's sublime power and beauty, so accessible right in Portland's backyard. With its relaxed pace and Keep Portland Weird ethos championing indie small business, the arts, food carts, and activism over fast food chains, it's no wonder so many visitors fall for PDX's charmingly unconventional, if not wonderfully strange, Pacific Northwest vibe. Number 19. New Mexico. New Mexico enchants visitors with a rich fusion of Native American, Spanish, Mexican, and Western frontier cultures found together within the state's surreal high desert landscapes, dotted with breathtaking canyons and soaring peaks. In Santa Fe, downtown adobe buildings and winding art-filled galleries exude southwestern charm before giving way just outside the city to spectacular wilderness, like hiking through Bandelier National Monument's volcanic cliffs, hand-carved with indigenous dwellings overlooking the red gold ridges of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. Gaze out over these majestic peaks right before sunset in artsy Taos too, an alluring focal point that's drawn free-spirited artists here for over a century. Elsewhere, explore centuries-old turquoise mines near Albuquerque's neon-hued Route 66 diners. Experience native history firsthand at Acoma Pueblo's ancient Mesotop Sky City settlement, and discover alien conspiracy lore in offbeat Roswell before searching for breaking waves along stunning azure caves and sinkholes in Santa Rosa and Carlsbad. Whether exploring volcanic tubes near Carlsbad Cavern's magnificent stalactite displays, wandering kitschy alien museums in Roswell, where a reported UFO crashed, or just driving the famed Mother Road of Route 66 dotted with vintage Americana, New Mexico's otherworldly high desert charm, spectacular landscapes, and cultural fusion create a vivid sense of place found nowhere else in America. Number 18. Austin. Welcome to Austin, the legendary live music capital of the world, where tunes pour from world-famous venues like Antone's Blues Club and Continental Club on seemingly every vibrant corner of the eclectic, funky Texas capital. Follow the melody of blues guitar riffs spilling from storied neon-lit honky-tonks on Dirty Sixth, 6th Street, as you bar hop into the night, fueled by spicy, smoky Texas BBQ brisket alongside zesty Tex-Mex tacos. But there's more to life in Austin than just good tunes and tasty food, like discovering the city's abundant natural side, paddle along the emerald waters of Lady Bird Lake, then wander through riverside public gardens, tracing vibrantly hued native flowers alongside bustling Barton Springs. Or take a dip in crystalline creek-fed swimming holes, nestled into the lush, rolling hill country pastures just outside lively city limits. Back in the urban core, replenish at one of Austin's treasured food trucks, a pioneer of gourmet mobile cuisine, then browse local records in South Austin's SoCo boutiques, retrofitted from colorful old houses and shops. With an unofficial motto to keep Austin weird, evident in its funky folk art, impromptu downtown music sessions, and self-proclaimed status as U.S. capital of the bizarre, Austin promises visitors an unconventionally good time wherever your interests lie. Number 17. Denver. Nestled at the foothills of Colorado's majestic Rocky Mountains, Denver's vibrant mile-high city spirit tempts both outdoor adventure seekers and urban culture mavens with its lively downtown scene paired with endless wilderness playgrounds just outside city limits. Spend sunny days paddling whitewater rapids, mountain biking pine-lined trails through glittering aspen groves, or skiing down legendary powdery slopes before unwinding back in town, enjoying Denver's booming craft brewery scene and critically acclaimed farm-to-table dining. Downtown, history buffs explore the ornate Victorian Molly Brown House Museum, then wander the palatial Colorado State Capitol and revitalize neighborhoods like trendy Lodo, lower downtown, where converted warehouses now house microbreweries, jazz clubs, and graffiti-style street art galleries. In the edgy, up-and-coming River North, Rhino district, check out gigantic, colorful murals, sprawling stories high across former industrial warehouses now transformed into urban wineries and small-batch kombucha breweries, the latter a regional obsession. As dusk falls, follow the sound of laughs spilling from crowded comedy cellar clubs to laid-back music venues, stopping to marvel at the glittering winter botanical garden light shows with the snow-capped Front Range sparkling under a starry night skyline backdrop. An only in Denver experience, showcasing this lively mountain town to newcomer and local alike. Number 16. Philadelphia. Philadelphia overflows with revolutionary history as the birthplace of American democracy, where the Founding Fathers convened to declare independence in 1776. Channel their determined spirits visiting Independence Hall and the Liberty Bell, enduring symbols of the nation's inception. Just steps away, the National Constitution Center brings America's storied past to life in interactive exhibits and lively debates. Beyond the cobblestoned Old City, world-class museums like the Philadelphia Museum of Art and the Barnes Foundation showcase iconic Impressionist and Modernist masterpieces, including many pieces by Philly native son Thomas Eakins. Foodies indulge at Reading Terminal Market, choosing from Amish goods, pastrami sandwiches, and the city's famed cheesesteaks loaded with thinly sliced ribeye. Outside colourful row homes adorned with vibrant murals, locals keep things chill people watching in leafy Rittenhouse Square, or grabbing craft drafts in the vibrant Fishtown neighbourhood's hip bars. Catch standout theatre productions on Broad Street against the glittering boomtown skyline, rising behind historical sites like Elfreth's Alley, the nation's oldest continuously inhabited residential street dating back to 1702. With its storied past fueling a vibrant present-day culture, Philly's resilient city of brotherly love makes visitors fall for its perfect blend of historical charm and modern urban energy. Number 15. Seattle. Seattle's iconic Space Needle overlooks this picturesque Pacific Northwest hub, surrounded by glacial mountain ranges, dense evergreen forests, and the glittering inlets of Puget Sound. Ride up the sleek retro-future Space Needle elevator for sublime 360-degree views of Seattle's stunning water and mountain-framed cityscape 500 feet below. Descend into Seattle's bustling waterfront, passing the celebrated Pike Place Market alive with vibrant blooms, ripe produce, and flying fish theatrically tossed between lively vendors yelling gleeful calls. Treat yourself to Seattle's world-renowned coffee culture, whose smooth velvety lattes help inspire the city's innovative bohemian spirit as you linger in charming local art-adorned cafes. Cruise the tranquil forest-lined Washington lakes, sample the trend-setting Capitol Hill and Fremont neighborhood's famed microbreweries, or plan a quick island getaway, hiking alpine wildflower meadows after a short ferry ride across glittering Puget Sound to the mystical, rainforested Olympic Peninsula. Back in the city as the sun sets, see the Space Needle illuminate the skyline in a rotating spectacle of light, while vibrant music clubs and exceptional farm-to-table restaurants showcase Seattle's laid-back, yet sophisticated cultural scene, the Emerald City's welcoming spirit on full display. Number 14. Boston. History overflows along Boston's iconic Freedom Trail, leading visitors past Revolution-era sites like Paul Revere's 18th century home, the Old North Church, where his famous lantern signals sparked American independence, and Boston Common, the nation's oldest park. Pay homage to America's early rebels, touring Faneuil Hall and the Old State House, where disdain for British rule brewed fierce. Gaze up in awe at the USS Constitution, still proudly docked as the world's oldest commissioned warship. Wander between such historical sites discovering Boston's distinctive neighborhoods like the North End's cozy Italian cafes and Back Bay's regal Victorian brownstones. Indulge in the city's acclaimed restaurants and seaside seafood shacks, serving up steaming bowls of New England clam chowder, overflowing lobster rolls, and decadent Boston cream pie. Catch hometown excitement as legions of sports fans rally at Fenway Park, or stroll through the prestigious Ivy League campuses of Harvard and MIT across the Charles River in brainy Cambridge. From its revolutionary Sons of Liberty roots and resilience, displayed at tragic events like the marathon bombings, to time-honored traditions and sports dynasties, Boston's vibrant past fuels a welcoming present-day spirit in this city by the bay, whose cobblestone streets and classic red brick architecture make it quintessential New England. Number 13. Savannah. Immerse yourself in quintessential Southern charm, wandering Savannah, Georgia's elegant historic district, where sprawling live oaks draped in wispy Spanish moss shade the many lush public squares and stately antebellum mansions built before the Civil War. Marvel at the landmark 19th century cotton warehouses, now converted into quirky shops, brewpubs, and seafood restaurants along cobblestoned River Street. Then explore nearby plantation estates like the Wormslow Historic Site, wandering oak alleys that lead up to the crumbling 18th century Noble Jones estate, and envisioning Georgia's complicated past. With tranquil coastal and cypress swamp landscapes surrounding Savannah, spot vibrant birds in vast marshlands, or relax on a gently floating riverboat tour. After dusk, sip an icy mint julep, watching sailboats drift by historic mansions softened by silver Spanish moss, the spell of Savannah's haunting beauty and romance at its height. Number 12. Las Vegas. Nicknamed Sin City, extravagant Las Vegas dazzles visitors along the neon-lit Las Vegas Strip with elaborately themed mega hotels and casinos, world-class entertainment, rich cuisine, indulgent spas, and elite nightlife. Feel the adrenaline rush as you try your luck at action-packed tables and slot machines endlessly ringing out jackpots. Replenish at Vegas's celebrity chef restaurants like Wolfgang Puck's flagship Spago or Gordon Ramsay Hell's Kitchen. Then decompress catching spectacular concert residencies like Lady Gaga's futuristic choreography amongst the dynamic Cirque du Soleil acrobatics displayed on dazzling casino theatre stages. When you need a break from the sensory stimulation inside, escape into lavish oasis pool clubs overflowing with palms and vibrant cabana parties, or unwind with extravagant treatments at luxurious spas like Caesar's Palace's renowned 5-acre garden of the gods' pools. And don't miss the spectacular choreographed water ballets of the majestic Bellagio fountains, spanning the bustling 8-mile strip. Beyond Central Strip, adventurous neighborhoods like downtown's lively Fremont Street immerse you in vintage Vegas with funky dive bars, while the edgy arts district's First Friday festivals and the illuminating Mob Museum promise new cultural intrigue. However, you choose to indulge your senses. Las Vegas celebrates extravagance and spectacle unlike anywhere else, promising visitors unparalleled memories. Number 11. Nashville. Nicknamed the Music City, Nashville envelops visitors in the rhythm of blues, jazz, and its acclaimed country hits broadcast at the Grand Ole Opry and live music venues that fill neon-lit honky-tonk streets. Meander downtown's lively urban honky-tonks like Tootsie's Orchid Lounge or Robert's Western World, fueled by sweet tea and Nashville's iconic hot chicken as you sway along to guitar riffs pouring onto bustling sidewalks. Tour the Country Music Hall of Fame to discover legendary artists spanning early roots and Americana folk music to trailblazing icons like Johnny Cash, Patsy Cline, and Taylor Swift. Then take in the soaring harmonies at the iconic Grand Ole Opry House, the WSM radio home that popularized country music since 1925, or modern concert halls like the Ryman Auditorium, where musical history echoes within the original walls. Beyond the constant toe-tapping, Explore Nashville's elegant antebellum architecture in Belle Meade, debate fiery hot chicken recipes with locals, or relax browsing the boutiques and galleries flourishing thanks to the young creative spirit now calling Nashville home. With an electrifying arts and entertainment culture woven into the soul of the city itself, Nashville beckons visitors into its lively musical rhythm, where country charm meets robust urban energy to deliver an unforgettable experience soaked in nostalgia, bold flavors, and some of America's best live tunes. Number 10. Hawaii. Known for its lush tropical landscapes, Hawaii envelops visitors in aloha spirit and Polynesian culture amongst volcanically formed islands, boasting vibrant coral reefs and world-class waves. Start by wandering historical Honolulu to see Pearl Harbor and Iolani Palace before catching frequent flights to Hawaii's astonishing outer islands. On the Big Island, gaze upon molten lava flowing from Kilauea volcano or lounge on jet-black sand beaches. Trek through the endless waterfalls and plunging sea cliffs of Kauai's Napali coast, or savor a vibrant luau performance, indulging in traditional music and hula, dancing alongside a decadent Hawaiian feast. Island hop between destinations like Maui, Lanai, and Molokai by ferry to discover spectacular nature and culture. Each island promises new treasures, from secluded beaches and lush botanical gardens to incredible snorkeling amid vibrant coral reefs teeming with neon tropical fish. Of course, no visit is complete without the freshest poke bowls, shave ice, and coconut desserts you've ever tried. From the adrenaline rush of surfing iconic breaks at Oahu's North Shore, to watching Haleakala Crater's breathtaking sunrises on Maui, Hawaii's diverse natural settings and rich Polynesian traditions envelop you in the feeling of pure tropical paradise. Number 9. Orlando/Disney World. Hold on to your mouse ears, because Orlando offers families non-stop magical adventures with its world-renowned amusement parks, chiefly the legendary Walt Disney World Resort. Immerse yourself in nostalgia and wonder, exploring Disney's epic theme parks like the iconic Magic Kingdom, where favorite Disney stories and characters spring to life. Journey through Adventureland, spying Enchanted Tiki Room's musical animatronics, plunge into Splash Mountain's thrilling mine train roller coaster, and watch fireworks spectaculars over Cinderella's shimmering castle. Discover Disney's international pavilions at Epcot Center, bringing global cuisine and cultures to life alongside dazzling parades. Scream your way through the wizarding world of Harry Potter at Universal Orlando with their state-of-the-art thrill rides and immersive 3D experiences based on blockbuster films. When you're not racing through pyrotechnic displays or riding cutting-edge movie-themed attractions, wander the endless themed areas gazing in awe as beloved characters walk the streets. After action-packed days hitting all the parks, families can relax over leisurely dinners alongside Disney princesses while enjoying Broadway-caliber shows before capping off the night, watching luminous fireworks synchronized to Disney orchestral scores and classic songs. With endless entertainment options, Orlando's legendary resorts and theme parks spark joy that turns every day into magical memories. Number 8. Yellowstone. As the nation's first national park, Yellowstone invites you into a protected wilderness wonderland of over 10,000 steaming thermal features alongside roaming wildlife, living freely amid spectacular canyons, rivers, and lakes. Marvel at the regular eruptions of the iconic Old Faithful Geyser. Tour surreal geothermal features hissing steam from vibrant pools lined in orange, green, and gold heat-loving bacterial mats. Journey along the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone with its towering lower falls and radiant yellow, ochre and orange-hued rock walls that glimmer under sunshine. Keep your eyes peeled for magnificent wildlife like grazing elk, stately bison, burrowing marmots, and soaring ospreys that call this 2.2 million-acre sanctuary home. Hike through flowering meadows lined with tall pines, or admire the vivid hues of Yellowstone Lake, reflecting the craggy Absaroka peaks before pitching your tent beneath a sky full of sparkling constellations. With its abundance of wild beauty amid otherworldly geothermal basins and the magnificent Grand Teton Peaks, Yellowstone offers adventure amid pristine wilderness, making it an American landmark worth exploring. Discover for yourself why in 1872 it transformed how we experience and conserve landscapes by becoming the world's first national park. Number 7. Miami. With its tropical climate, vibrant Latino culture, and festive Art Deco historic district, Miami offers visitors an intoxicating mix of blue ocean waters, vibrant nightlife, and flavorful cuisine. Start off relaxing at iconic South Beach, admiring pastel lifeguard huts and the historic hotels lining the boardwalk. Replenish after beach-going at a classic Cuban restaurant in lively Little Havana, trying dishes like ropa vieja, vaca frita, and croquetas paired with sweet Cuban coffee. Next, explore the exotic wildlife at Jungle Island, or take an airboat ride to spot alligators, egrets, and other endangered species in the Everglades. At nightfall, experience Miami coming alive. Dance along to salsa and reggaeton music, pulsing from the downtown clubs, or bar hop in trendy Wynwood, where spectacular street art sprawls over once-abandoned warehouses, now housing some of Miami's hippest watering holes. For fantastic skyline views, head to a lively rooftop bar on Ocean Drive and watch the neon lights reflecting off of Art Deco hotels and vintage cars cruising by. Or tour the iconic pastel buildings of South Beach's vibrant Art Deco district, brimming with boutique shops and sidewalk cafes. With its glittering coastline, Latin culture, one-of-a-kind architecture, and energetic nightlife, Miami offers an unforgettable, spicy blend of quintessential Florida experiences. Number 6. New Orleans, an intoxicating melting pot of European, Caribbean, African, and American cultures. New Orleans exudes festivity, rich heritage, and a thriving music scene through every cobblestoned street. As night falls, take in the lively sights and sounds of the French Quarter and Bourbon Street, swaying along to virtuoso jazz pouring from iconic music venues, with Cajun and Creole cuisine beckoning you into cozy restaurants and neon-lit dive bars. Discover New Orleans' distinctive dialect during friendly chats with locals and musicians before wandering past cast-iron balconies, lush courtyards hidden behind sprawling plantation manors, and brightly painted Creole cottages lining bustling Magazine Street. Pay homage to the birthplace of jazz at Preservation Hall, or explore the classics at the New Orleans Jazz Museum on the history-rich Frenchman Street. Though remnants of Hurricane Katrina still mark the landscape, New Orleans' undying festive spirit, celebrating its diverse tapestry of culture lives on through celebrations like Mardi Gras parades, marching through narrow cobblestone lanes soaked in sunshine and joie de vivre. The food, music, architecture bring such vibrancy, easily making New Orleans one of America's most beloved destinations. Number 5. Chicago. Sprawling along Lake Michigan shores, Chicago dazzles visitors with its blend of world-class architecture, a thriving arts scene, storied history, and lively spirit. Towering skyscrapers like the John Hancock Center and Willis Tower invite you to immerse yourself in the striking cityscape and take in sweeping lake and skyline views from astounding heights. Take an architectural river cruise along the Chicago River to witness over 50 buildings spanning Beaux Arts to postmodern designs. Gaze up at the Bean sculpture in Millennium Park. Meander the magnificent Miles high-end shops, or hunt for quintessential Chicago souvenirs at eclectic markets. Next, dive into Chicago's rich cultural legacy as the birthplace of electric blues and jazz music. Soak up soul-stirring live sets in classic venues, then feast on the city's famous deep dish pizza late into the night. Pay homage to Chicago's storied sports scene at Wrigley Field, or spend a day frolicking along the Lake Michigan beaches. from world-renowned museums like the Art Institute of Chicago to the city's resilient, welcoming spirit, it's easy to see why locals call this Midwest metropolis the City of Big Shoulders. The shimmering skyline, public art installations, famous comedy scene, legendary music, beloved sports teams, and mouth-watering cuisine make Chicago an all-around thrill. Number 4. San Francisco. San Francisco's unforgettable cityscape beckons visitors to explore its iconic landmarks and vibrant neighborhoods nestled into the city's rolling hills by the bay. Ride the historic cable cars up thrilling inclines for exhilarating views as you zip past the infamous hairpin turns and Victorian architecture. Wander onto the Golden Gate Bridge to glimpse the bay's legendary fog tumbling over its towering orange supports, or take a ferry onto the misty waters to infamous Alcatraz prison. Then dive into San Francisco's storied counterculture history along the bustling streets, gazing up at the iconic painted ladies before following in the footsteps of the Beat generation through North Beach and fueling up on authentically delicious Italian pastries and espresso along the way. Lose yourself in the exotic sights, smells, and flavors tumbling together at Chinatown's overflowing markets. With so many eclectic neighborhoods to explore, each excursion unveils vibrant street art, cozy cafes, and rising foodie trends, from bare-bones burrito joints to Michelin-starred farm-to-table establishments. And with the striking bay as an ever-changing backdrop, visitors fall deeply in love with San Francisco's effortless charm and creative spirit. The city's hilltop vistas and distinctive landmarks never cease to impress. Number 3. Washington, D.C. As the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. offers a compelling blend of iconic monuments and historical sites interwoven with intriguing museums that bring American history to life. Get a glimpse of the inner workings of American democracy with tours of government buildings like the U.S. Capitol and the White House. Watch debates at the Supreme Court or witness the political process firsthand. Pay respects to former presidents and America's fallen soldiers at sites like the Lincoln Memorial, Washington Monument, the World War II Memorial, Vietnam Veterans Memorial, and Arlington National Cemetery. Then immerse yourself in culture at the Smithsonian Museums, spanning topics from space and aviation to African American history and portraiture at the National Portrait Gallery. Wander charming neighborhoods like Georgetown for shopping, dining, and DC's oldest architecture, or explore diverse enclaves like Chinatown and Little Ethiopia. Hike or bike along the Potomac River and Rock Creek Park for fresh air and lovely views of DC's famous cherry blossoms and great estates. Come nighttime, take in spirited live music, theater shows, and the city's eclectic international dining scene. From the legendary monuments lining the National Mall to world-class museums, Washington, D.C. brings American history to life through iconic sites and cultural experiences. Number 2. Grand Canyon. As one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, the Grand Canyon astounds and overwhelms the senses with its tremendous size and intricate, colorful landscape. Etched out over millions of years by the Colorado River, this UNESCO World Heritage Site plunges a mile deep, spanning 277 river miles long and 18 miles wide at various points. Views from the top overlook an otherworldly maze of buttes, spires, and mesas set against vibrant sedimentary bands of crimson, tangerine, ochre, and more. Sunrises and sunsets paint the canyon in different hues each day, creating a living painting that visitors can hike into on scenic trails like Bright Angel and South Kaibab. Descend down switchback trails, keeping a lookout for diverse wildlife like California condors, bighorn sheep, black bears, and mule deer. Or marvel at the canyon's geological intricacies, with rock layers dating back nearly 2 billion years. For breathtaking views, perch yourself on a cliff's edge at lookout points like Mather Point and Yavapai Observation Station, or gaze through the floor-to-ceiling windows of architectural wonders like the Grand Canyon Skywalk. Whether you hike to remote viewpoints, river raft through thrilling rapids, or take it easy on a mule ride along the rim, the Grand Canyon inspires awe, making visitors feel small against its incredible scale and sublime vistas. This Arizona landmark is an American marvel not to be missed, filled with adventures amid one of planet Earth's greatest natural spectacles. Number 1. New York City. New York City needs no introduction as one of America's most iconic and exciting destinations. From the towering skyscrapers of the Manhattan skyline to the world-renowned museums and performing arts venues of Upper Manhattan, New York packs endless entertainment into the 5 boroughs. Start off by exploring the concrete jungle of Manhattan, walking the bustling streets like Times Square and Rockefeller Center to glimpse city views from the top of the Rock Observation Deck. Then check out attractions like Central Park, the Statue of Liberty, the 9/11 Memorial and Museum, the Empire State Building, and Broadway, where you can watch award-winning musicals and plays. Venture into artsy neighborhoods like the West Village, Chelsea, Soho, and Brooklyn to uncover quirky boutiques, cafes, street art, and galleries. Or discover distinct ethnic enclaves and dine on authentic Chinese cuisine in Chinatown, Italian food in Little Italy, and Jewish deli classics in the Lower East Side. With so many world-class museums also calling New York home, like the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Guggenheim, and the American Museum of Natural History, you could spend weeks immersing yourself in the city's art and culture. Be sure to sample some of New York's famous foods between museum hopping, whether it's a massive New York-style pizza, pastrami sandwich, or bagel and lox. With endless attractions packed into the 5 boroughs, the biggest challenge in New York is fitting everything in. This electric city offers the quintessential American big city experience.